Hey guys, Brian O'Day, Executive Director of Praetorium Projects, and I'm joined today by Jake Rogers. Jake, why don't you introduce yourself?
How's it going? I'm Jake Rogers. I just came on staff with Pillar Church of Dumfries as the executive pastor after about 7.5 years in the Marine Corps.
All right, good deal. And how long have you been at Pillar Dumfries?
5 weeks.
Well, no,
Well, on staff, I guess. I've been at
yeah.
Pillar Dumfries. We moved to Dumfries 3 years ago. We attended Dumfries for a year, and then we went with Pillar Church of Stafford as a part of that core team when they went down there and planted. And then when we found out that we were going to be hired on at Dumfries, we headed back up there. So I'd say we've been back there for about 6 months now.
Great. So you've been a part of Pillar Dumfries, you've been a part of Pillar Stafford. Have you been a part of any other Pillar churches?
Yeah, we started out at Pillar 29. We joined there shortly after they planted, right after my first deployment back in 2018, and we were members there until we PCS'd in 2020.
Awesome. So this video update might be a little longer than usual. I wanted to introduce you to Jake Rogers as he's coming on staff at Pillar Church of Dumfries, veteran Marine coming on staff at one of our churches, something we see pretty regularly, and just wanted to highlight that. The other thing is we are at a church planter assessment for the Pillar Church Crestview team of Noah Clifton, Alex Chapman. Their wives are here with them going through the assessment process. And so I thought it was a great opportunity to let people know about this third-party assessment that we put people through, put our church planters through. You know, we're not just like, oh man, Jake, you want to plant a church, like get out there and good luck. We actually go through some processes, and this third-party assessment is actually a big piece of the process. So Jake, what have you seen as the sending church representative that Alex and Noah and their spouses have gone through? What's the assessment process look like these past couple of days?
Yeah, so the assessment process actually started before they even got here. They had a bunch of pre-work that they did ahead of time just to let the assessment team know about them, the work that they were doing. And then once they got here, they've been evaluated across 8 different categories. They've been in multiple interviews looking at things like their spiritual and emotional health, their family dynamics, how things are going in their marriage, the vision that they have for the church that they're planning, really looking to confirm their sense of calling as well as their ability to preach and just shepherd the congregation that'll be in the church that they'll be planning in the future.
Yeah, good. And so they're being evaluated on 8 different aspects of them as a planter and the family dynamics. If they're spiritually healthy enough to be sent out, like you said, they preach a sermonette and get some feedback on those types of things. So what are the results going to be? We actually don't know the results right now, and the candidates don't know the results. We're waiting for those results, and we get to speak into that process. But what are some of the options of what could come out of this?
Yeah, so we're going to get feedback across a variety of categories, and kind of the cumulative sum of that feedback will be one of 3 categories: either a green light, meaning that they are being approved by NAMB to go ahead and continue with their church planting effort, and that they're ready to go out and plant and receive funding and support from NAMB. They may receive a yellow light, which means that there's just some areas that they need to focus on development and maybe just slow down in the process a little bit to ensure that they are able to continue to prepare and grow so that they're going to be ready to lead that church well. Or they could potentially get a red light, which is really just NAMB saying that they think that for the time being, maybe they should be redirected into another role or capacity and just even more closely slow down and examine either their calling or the plan or just their readiness to go out and lead that church.
Yeah, that's great. So if you've been keeping track of what's been going on, we've actually been a part of several of these assessments over the past year or so. So Pillar Church of San Antonio was sent out earlier this year by Pillar Church of DC, and Havelock was sent out by Pillar Jacksonville, and so they went through assessment last fall. And then Pillar Church of Norfolk, which is going to be starting here in the fall, they went through assessment a little while ago. Carrie Julian did, and then went through a reassessment process, and so that was great. And then here we are for Crestview as well. So this is something that's pretty normal part of our rhythm at this point around Praetorium Project. And just wanted to let you guys know to support the project and pray for the project. Just a little bit more kind of behind the scenes, some of the things that happen as we prepare to send out church plants. So if you've watched this video up until this point, I just encourage you to stop now and pray for these processes that we go through to plant churches, that we would continue to see men raised up and ready to be sent out to plant churches. And specifically, since we're here for Pillar Crestview, would you pray for the Pillar Crestview planting team, that they would be encouraged by their time here, and that they would prepare well for what they have between now and when they launch publicly. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for your partnership, and thank you for your prayers.